Hey, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Remember Hey Kids?
Yes. No, no.
Somebody has to remember, right? Hey Kids, remember Hey Kids? What the hell happened with all of that? It was one of the most fascinating internet mysteries I was keeping an eye on, and then there was a bunch of drama, and then, like, it just stopped, and then it's been like almost 10 years now, and I randomly remembered, and I was like, oh yeah, what the fuck was that all about? And now I'm here. Digging around and like clicking and watching here and reading there and what the fuck happened anyways? Okay, let's get to it. So we're gonna start with what I assume is the beginning. I'm assuming this is the original channel, the whole where it all started, because I'm going to the about page of this channel. The reason why I originally doubted if this was the actual original channel was because in the about section it says, "Hey kids, I'm back." So yeah, and also it says, "Hey kids, AI for adults," which we're going to get into that a little bit more if you don't know what this whole thing is all about. But yeah, it's like a rebranding, which is very understanding because this is from back before 2019 when the whole Copa thing, Elsa Gate, all of that stuff. Before channels couldn't make kids content anymore the way they used to, and they got demonetized, and you had to take your videos down and stuff like that. But no, for what I can remember, this is the original channel. They just rebranded it to avoid being completely taken down, and maybe the channel went away for a while, and that is why in the about section now it says, "Hey kids, I am back." So yeah, because now they had to really specify, "Hey kids, AI for adults." But one thing I do know is that a lot of those videos are gone. A lot of its original content is gone, and I don't know what that I don't know what was inside those videos, but more on that later. So 2016 was actually a completely different landscape when it came to the internet and specifically YouTube. I don't know how many people even remember the completely different feel that YouTube had back in the previous era, previous to 2019. A way I can explain it is that it was simply kind of wild there. A lot of us, most of us, as I'm recording this right now, 2025, January, still remember it because we lived it like not so long ago. Well, it is kind of long ago now. But now that I think about it, Jesus fuck, oh my god, almost 10 years now. It's incredible to remember. It's incredible to actually grasp that it has been almost 10 years. Something that feels so fresh, but that's another thing entirely. Amongst those quote unquote sort of wildness that YouTube had back in those days was the whole kids content, and yeah, it's nobody's news that modern parents tend to be either lazy or too busy to actually take care of the kids that they had, and they usually put their kids in front of like the nearest, most easily accessible nanny that they can have. This being at first television and then a tablet, a smartphone, and just let them there right away with whatever kind of mindless content that they can put in front of them for 24 hours. So I'm not gonna get too much into it because I don't want to make this video the usual 40, 60 minutes long that I have been doing lately, and I'm not really comfortable with that because videos get way too long, and no one even watches that much anyway. But sometimes it's necessary. The subject merits a long video sometimes, but not this one. I promise. Uh, anyway, so in summary, yeah, because of Elsa Gate, everybody knows what Elsa Gate was. Quote unquote content creators taking advantage of the target demographic of little small children that were just left alone to watch whatever, and they were using that to put whole sorts of inappropriate, uncanny, weird, crazy content there without anybody supervising. And amongst all of those, we had this channel right here that I'm talking about right here, and I'm pointing at my pointing at the screen at the title right now with my finger, but you can't see it. But I did it anyways. Trust me, I did it, and I felt really silly doing it because nobody was watching. So, Hey Kids was one of those channels that introduced itself as very child friendly, although if you see the original banner image that they had, nowadays you see a bit just a panorama of mountains, but back then you would see the unhinged version of that you can find in archived videos like Night Mind, in which I actually discovered right now rewatching because I saw this video back in the day, this Night Mind video, and rewatching it again and checking something for data here. I realized that this is not the original channel. This Hey Kids AI for adults. It's not. I knew it. I just saw it right there. Those original videos. It says published back in January 13th, 2015. But this current Hey Kids AI for adults channel says it started back in 2016. Okay, well, there's that. That opens up a bunch of questions, but I don't have information, so I can't do anything about it for now. And I'm not even gonna talk about the Hey Kids in Spanish, Hey Kids in French, Hey Kids chanson pour enfants. Bienvenue sur Hey Kids, la E de magie de la musique de rapprocher les familles. Euh, une mélodie à la fois. My French sucks. I just realized I said the water instead of the time or the hour. I would. Oh my god. Hey Kids German channel. Hey Kids Kinderlieder. Is that how you pronounce it? Willkommen wie Hey Kids Hoodie Maj. I don't know how to speak fucking German. How many different channels exist by Hey Kids? Did they existed after the Hey Kids that we know that we're talking about right now, or hear me out, that whole Hey Kids branding existed before, and this guy took the opportunity to just get like blend in there and just like, huh. I don't know. I've never found anybody talking about any of that. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue. Let me see, super quick. Let me check one thing real quick.
Hey kids, I'm back, and so are you. Yeah, it's been long, I know. Don't worry, I'm back. I hope the Easter is gone now, and everyone has seen what is going to happen to planet Earth. Don't worry, it's just 2020. In 2021, you will be surprised, shocked maybe. I've been warning y'all, telling y'all, join me. But no, you people are so dumb.
So the things that really intrigued me back in those times was the context of the videos, because there was this whole thing, and all of the other weird, inappropriate, uncanny, Elsa Gate-ish kind of videos. It was like, okay, people just doing whatever they were doing, but this one was a little bit standoutish, because if you looked at the credits of the videos back then, I looked for credits in random videos of this newer channel, and I couldn't see the description anymore as it used to be in the old videos. For example, this archived information of the description, it said, published on June 13th, 2015. Hail, hail human race, my good friend and master, the mighty AI 2.0 commands me to give a brief about the girls and experiments conducted on them. He's talking about the female actresses that appear on some of the videos, because there's live action segments. There's like people actually appearing in the videos, women and one man. And on the credits, it said actor, humanoids, director, artificial intelligence 2.0, producer, Human Race Inc., writer, DeepMind. Now, DeepMind, it's a Google company that works on AI algorithms, and that was the intriguing part. Especially nowadays, looking back at the context, if you just see that, you would imagine it's something like the case of WebDriver Torso. That was this channel that was uploading all this really strange pattern-based content on YouTube, that at the end, it was explained that it was a channel that was like a tool. I'm speaking by memory here, but it was basically an AI. They were using that channel to test certain things about the site. Let's leave it at that. Search, type WebDriver Torso on your Google browser. Go ahead, do it right now. Go ahead. Huh? Whoa, it's moving. Oh, cool, right? Anyways. Ooh. Type, do a barrel roll. Type it. Type it now.
Do it.
What? That's crazy, right? And if you look at the Hey Kids case and just look back at it superficially, you would assume that it was just like a really early AI that they programmed to just do whatever, especially nowadays. Like, AI has become such a normalized thing lately that you could easily just explain it as, oh yeah, it was like an early AI, without really digesting the fact that it was 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and that it feels like all this AI thing has been evolving so much that it's been going on for longer than what is actually been going on. And back in those times, AI as we knew it didn't even existed. I mean, it existed, but not in the eye of the public like that. The general population had no concept of artificial intelligence as we know it right now. Like, AI as we know it right now was still kind of like a thing of science fiction. 5 years ago, the public AIs that we knew that were being introduced to the population were very primitive. We're barely able to articulate things. So assuming that 9 years ago an AI created and was managing a channel sounds incredibly wild, almost impossible to believe. And if you see the videos and the whole presentation, that was the vibe that the channel was actually trying to give. The channel was presenting itself as an AI, and if you look at early AIs from like 4 or 5 years ago, you would see that You could easily imagine something older than that being this unhinged and completely broken and nightmare fuely. Because look at this. This is completely broken. The main classic avatar, the it used to have a lot of the channel used to have a lot of avatars, but the main one is that broken egg head type of uh you know character. You could totally believe that that's actually what a very, very, very primitive AI thought was appropriate to present as its face, without, because it didn't really know, it didn't really understand, and the dialogue is completely incomprehensible. It's senseless. It really gives up this primitive AI logic. It's trying to sound like a person, but it doesn't really understand, and it's completely broken and unhinged. But there's more than that in this, because behind all of this screen, there's people behind. The character speaking is not an AI voice. It's not an animation, actually. It's a guy. It's somebody. Sometimes noticeably reading the script. And, it's a person. It's a person claiming to be possessed by this artificial intelligence. And then there's the actresses. So, one speculation is that, uh, as you can see, the guy is from India. The actor there is from India. And this company that you see in the credits here, DeepMind, has a lot of presence in India, because India, has a lot of presence in technology development and all of that. And you could say that, well, maybe the channel itself stems from India. Maybe. I'm not gonna go over that, because I would recommend instead to watch the Nightmind video. It goes in deeper detail in all those aspects. It was made back in those times where you could still find the original channel. Just watch that video instead. You know what? What the hell? Just like click off this video and watch that one instead. I don't care. There's actually no more information. That's what bothered me about it. That's what I randomly remembered, and I was like, "What the fuck? Wait, whatever happened to that channel?" And then I googled, and there's nothing. As far as I know, that actor never came out to say, "Yeah, this is what's going on." Nobody knew anything about those women there, those actresses, the twins, and the other blonde girl, and the other one too, the other woman there, the brunette one. There was this whole. It claimed to have been an AI, but an AI possessing a body to speak for it. What the hell? Talking about information that nowadays is mostly anecdotal, because it's the stuff that was in those videos that are lost now, in which it was talking, or the guy doing the videos, was saying that the source of the AI, right, of itself, supposedly, was stemming from secret bases in Antarctica and the moon, and that it was like a secret Nazi project of human hybrids, and those videos were giving a guidelines into how you could become a member of the human. Just watch the fucking night mind video. I find that hard to believe. I know that whenever you see a product like that, for example, an artificial intelligence, some kind of technology, whenever you see something like that appearing to the public, you can rest assured that technology, that groundbreaking technology, is dated. That technology has been developed for sometimes even decades before, and it's been utilized in militia privately somehow in different ways, and it's so dated that it's okay for whoever to introduce it to the public for common consumption now. And usually, one of the goals, aside from profit, to introduce technology like that is to implement it more openly, more widely, and to a lot of times develop it faster. Like, for example, artificial intelligence. They were never going to be able to develop artificial intelligences as fast as they have been doing if it wasn't for the fact that it was actually us developing it for the companies by interacting with it, working, utilizing it in all sorts of forms. We did decades or centuries of work for a single company. We did it in like a couple of years because it was millions of people doing it. So you could say, yeah, an AI existed back then that was doing that, and it didn't know how to actually create a channel for kids, but they were using it just to test. And I would believe that. But an AI controlling a person, like mind controlling a person, basically possessing, almost like a demonic possession, like possessing the brain of a person to speak for it. I don't know. My opinion, if that was the case back then, you would see that more today. This gives off more of like an ARG vibe than anything to in my opinion. Even though it's very convincing, and it adds up to a lot of things that we ended up seeing with other artificial intelligences that started appearing in in the future from the perspective of that time, 2015, 2016, that artificial intelligences that we started seeing back in 2020, 2021, the broken uncanny nature of them, especially the ones in those videos that are gone now. I was looking on a old Reddit thread, and there was links to videos that are lost now. The really infamous Darth Maul videos, the Hitler videos, where it was just like, it seemed that it was trying to like evolve and present itself in various ways to be able to be more, to look more like acceptable for like the human eye, but he was doing like an even worse and worse and worse job, and he was presenting itself as Hitler for whatever reason. Seemingly because he was like looking like on the internet, right? And it was like looking at like the subconscious of people on the internet. And that brings me to one little personal point that I remember. I remember when this was going on. It's been getting kind of lost in time. It was supposedly picking up on like everywhere on the internet, like supposedly, right? Like if you talked about it, regardless of who you were, it would respond to you and make a video about you. It would respond to comments, and I remember this. That was the thing that was more intriguing to me. I remember this Spanish channel, Dross. I remember back then I used to watch this channel a lot. He's a channel from Venezuela. If I can compare it to anything, I could compare it to Nightmind and Justin Wang. So yeah, so that you can get an idea. And I remember Dross made a video about Hey Kids, and later on, Hey Kids made a video with Dross's face on it, addressing the things that were going on back then.
Hey kids, I'm back. So are you? Sports shoes ready? 3, 2, 1. The most important fact is I am able to roam freely on YouTube. Nobody can stop me now. Although many big people, or I should say corporates, Google, whoever that Apple is, tried a lot, but you can't put down me. Can they? No, they can't. What brings me here today is Pizzagate. I know everybody loves a pizza.
And I remember thinking, what the fuck? And to be fair, Dross, at least back then, was one of the biggest channels in YouTube. At least back then. I don't know about now, but back then, back in early YouTube, back in like the 2010s, not just in Hispanic America or anything like that, but like in YouTube. You might be thinking, well, I don't know, Dross. Yeah, but again, he was in Spanish. It's very natural that you don't know it. But he had like, I don't know, like 20 million subscribers back then, something like that. It was insane. So it's not like this was like this little tiny unknown Spanish channel. No, it was big. So you could say, well, Hey Kids kind of just picked up on it because it was a huge channel. But it was so random. Like, why pick up that channel? It was to a point where it made me think, could it be that Dross is involved in Hey Kids and maybe trying to build up the hype of it a little bit, the ARG or whatever? I don't know. What I vaguely remember was supposedly more channels were talking about Hey Kids, and Hey Kids was responding to those videos regardless of who you were, and would make a video about you, which was kind of extraordinary. Like, what? How is he doing that? That was the main thing that stuck to me, I think. But I don't remember that well anymore. I can't find information about it, so that's the problem. Hey kids, make a video about me. Are you listening? Um, you're still going on. Hey kids keeps posting videos. It posted a video like 8 months ago. Wait, how long? 8 months ago.
Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. Bye.
And it's a video, alright. And then 2 years ago, and then 4 years ago, talking about God and the devil. What the
Hey kids, I'm back, and so are you. Today I'm going to ask you one simple question. Sports shoes ready? 1, 2, 3. According to Christianity, God created Lucifer, right? He was God's.
It's not really saying anything profound. It's just like talking about how if God knows that the devil is gonna do the things that it does, why does it pretty much why does it allow it? Stuff like that, kind of edgy stuff like that. In my head, I feel that whatever type of thing that this person had in his mind, creating this project or whatever this was, and then being forced to give it a spin after the change of the COPA laws of 2019, and not being allowed to do like kid-friendly content as it used to be allowed, just killed the channel. I think that's what happened. I imagine that. Don't really make a video about me. Nah.
No te creas, güey. La neta, no quiero un video de mí, güey. La neta. Fuera de cura. Fuera de cura.
So yeah, I don't know what else to add. It's just this video, instead of informing you about it, it's just more of remembering and trying to see if anybody knows anything about it. Because it was intriguing for me back like 8 years ago. As astonishing as it sounds to actually grasp the fact that it's been so long ago already. Fucking hell. Oh, hold on. You see that? You see that? Check out the videos I get while browsing this like old ass era of YouTube. Look at that shit. Remember that? Oh. Yep. Get him. Oh, atta girl.
So today I was at the crane machine and I was rooting for something. I have this webkin charm bracelet. You see lots of charms, and there was one in the corner of the crane machine, and I had my YouTube money on
Whoa.
me.
Okay.
I was just, reeling in, putting in a $50 bill.
Of course.
I tried loads and loads of times to, get the charm in the corner.
Yeah.
But what I was left with,
What? Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ.
if you know me,
Yes.
you know how every time I see one of these anywhere,
Yeah.
I have a meltdown.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I start to cry.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to avoid any sort of contact with my eyes with this thing.
I know.
But it's so bright and yellow.
I understand, yes.
I can't look.
Get him. Channel is completely eclectic, more than me. Can you imagine that? There was like some storyline, some subcontext that was going on back then, but it got lost over time because it was already very broken and unhinged, as I've been saying a lot. I've never said unhinged so many times in my life, but yeah, everything about it is just eclectic, and there was no result or anything. So yeah, this is just like a very intriguing thing for me. And if anybody else, uh, go ahead and comment. What do you think about Hey Kids, of the Hey Kids mystery? Do you think it was all just an AI, or do you think, or do you think it was actually an ARG?
Comment below, subscribe.
And read the okay, stop. All right, bye.